Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We're going to jump ahead in the whole alphabet here because I've been going kind of in order and I'd like to talk about something else. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is one of those games that I feel like I was tricked when I was a child. It didn't feel like Turtles to me. Everybody cries about the second level, and why that's kind of fair because the water, especially for a little kid of like 6 years old, was impossible. It felt so irritating to constantly die to the seaweeds or miss one bomb. It just seemed relentless. But to be fair, now that I've had a chance to go back and play this game again, I think one of the biggest problems is you only have, well, one player. And I think it would have been neat if they would have given us two players on the same screen. Though at the same time, I feel like maybe that would have been some sort of a problem. Because if you don't make a jump, do you just die? And then the other guy keeps going on? I'm sure it probably couldn't have been done. But to play a Turtles game where you only get to use one turtle is, I mean, it's not fun. When you think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you didn't watch the show when you were a kid and only see one turtle every day. You've seen all four. So you expected there to be two players at the very least. I mean, I don't understand where... Did they even watch the show? No, that's a stupid question. Of course they didn't watch the show. If they'd have watched the show, there would have been at least some more characters that had to do with turtles in the game. And you could say that this was based on the comic book, but then there's still so many characters that didn't make it in, and instead we got a lot of weird cliche characters. Now I know the Angry Video Game Nerd years ago has already talked about this, but it's not going to stop me from mentioning the exact same thing. That is a major screw-up. It completely breaks the game. A game can be mediocre and still be awesome just because you can identify with it. I mean, there are plenty of games that we get, like Dragon Ball Z fighting games, where the reason we want them is because it's awesome to be Goku. Where Turtles, it's not awesome to be Turtles and not have anything to really do with Turtles except beating up one or two foot soldiers every now and then. That was a massive oversight, and I really feel like they messed this game up, but I don't know. Crying about it now just seems almost pointless. The truth of it is, the game is not that terrible of a platformer, and if you can get by its massive oversight, not really feeling like a Turtles game and its one-player irritation, I can't say it's an awful game. Now that I'm older, I can beat the water level, and, well, I can't beat the game, but I can't exactly say it's as bad as I remember when I was a kid. So, I guess that's not the point of this show, is to review, but I guess if I reviewed it, I guess I'd say it's a 2 and get it if you wanted it, because it's Turtles. In some way, I guess it feels like Turtles. I'll point out the coolest thing about the game. And this is true, I really believe this. I think it's a neat little effect. The turtles are green, of course, and they have the little black outlines, but what I think is really awesome is when you pick Raph or Leo or Mike or Don, their shells change the color of their bandanas. So Raph has a red shell and a red bandana, and Leo has that cool blue shell with the blue bandana, and I don't know why I think that's awesome, but I really do. I think it's really neat. The other Turtle games are a massive step in the right direction, and this one can pretty much be forgotten on purpose, and kind of needs to be. I'd say don't waste your time with this. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, as you've just seen by my review, was a massive, massive letdown when I was a kid. Now, as I said, to be fair, if you look at the little case here, the case shows the red bandana turtles, and they were more in the comic books. You didn't see that in the show, really, which was kind of the reason you could say that maybe this game was based on the comics, but even if that's true, I have a good portion of the comics through the Ultimate Collections and things that were released, and the classic Turtles tales, and this game doesn't feel anything like that. I bought this game for $7 at a pawn shop. I bought it because of the show. That's honestly why. We were doing a review called 4 Turtles for 4 Years. And if you want, you can go to Reploid Productions and check that out. I think it was funny. And it was basically a Let's Play with the guys to celebrate 4 years of running the show. And we made a big joke about the fact that you had to change controllers with the people. So if it was my turn and I was Leo and I died and somebody else wanted to be Raph, I had to give the controller to them. Little things like that. And it turned out to be a pretty funny little episode. And that's the only reason I bought this. I've played it 1 or 2 times since then, and it doesn't really get better.
I have spoken. Take what you will.